Every so often, the Sports Hangover touches on mature topics. Discretion is advised. Gossip, BS, lies, and rumors. This is the Sports Hangover.
I don't know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
It's not.
It gets the people going.
Welcome to the Sports Hangover. I'm Michael Benatar, joined alongside J-Dog. What up?
Mike, I'm only 1 hour time difference from you. I am in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona, home to number 5 on our U.S. Bachelor.
Whoa, you're giving it away too soon, Jeremy. Giving it away.
It's March Madness. I think you need to play that sound effect one more time.
Oh, this one.
It's March Madness, and we are known.
Oh, wait, that one really way too long on the collapse.
It's way too long of an applause. We are known for our brackets in March, and we have a very special bracket coming up in this show right now.
Very excited. We're going to reveal the bracket at the end of the show. We have everybody seated. Everybody's in place, ready to go. But first, we got to talk about it. The Hangover Network website blowing up. We got blogs left and right. I wrote a blog. I think it's the first time I've ever written anything since middle school, so it's up there now.
You did good. Only 7 grammar mistakes in 3 paragraphs. Not bad.
Yeah, tweet me if I spell things wrong. It's okay. I accept it.
So you wrote a blog on one of our Scandal City topics. I wrote one on Bryce Harper. He's going to be miserable in Philadelphia. We covered that in an emergency pod last week. And then I also wrote about Kyler Murray, which is also coming up in Scandal City.
I love it all. Do we let's do some headlines.
So check that out. It's hangover.network is the easiest way.
Hangover.network, or you can go to thehangovernetwork.com. I have both. The hangover.network I really loved, so I bought that.
So they both work. Click on blog, and we have 6 original blogs in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're ready. I mean, the website literally just launched last week. All the swag's up there. Blogs. Our faces, maybe not yet, but soon to come. You want to hit some headlines here? What do you got?
Before we do, just make sure people know we have a huge bracket. I just want to hammer this home.
Huge bracket.
It is 16 on 16. It is
it's 8 on 8. It's 8 on
16 brackets are confusing. Listen, we are excited about this 8 on 8. Should we tell them what the theme is, or do you just want to tease it?
I think party. There'll be some party involved. I think we might have
also in the headline that you just clicked on also. So
yes. Okay. So first, Nick Foles going to the Jags. Big deal. Already going through $20 million. Good for the Jags? Bad for the Jags? Do we care about the Jags?
This is not official.
It's going to happen in 4 days, right? No, not 4 days.
It seems like
9
next
days.
week is free agency. The league year opens. A lot of guys being cut and franchise tagged. Nothing super notable so far, except for Foles, I guess. Yeah, it's good for the Jags. They have a good defense when they try to play hard, and they're kind of a quarterback away. Part of my blog post on Kyler Murray included this stat about Blake Bortles: 74 starts with the Jaguars. How did they give him that many chances?
Starts? How many years is that?
Years.
That's a
multiple
long
years.
Time.
So many.
Let's talk about Kyler Murray, because he's potentially going to go to the Cardinals, which they drafted the only Jewish quarterback last year. Number 9 overall or number 1?
Not number 1. It was top 10. It was around 8 or 9. They traded up in front of the Dolphins to grab Josh Rosen, the chosen one.
You're upset about that. He didn't go to the Dolphins.
I wanted him. I didn't know the Dolphins would be an unmitigated disaster and Adam Gase would leave. So it's okay in the long run because we're rebuilding. I thought Rosen was good at UCLA. With the Cardinals, he didn't look so good. But who does look good as a rookie? Darnold didn't look good. Allen didn't look good, right?
Goff
so
didn't look
we don't
good.
really know. But the impetus for my blog is that teams rarely admit when they make a mistake at the quarterback position. The Cardinals have a chance to admit they made this mistake in 1 year, and they can go draft Kyler Murray right now. I'm surprised that Murray has risen up to number 1 already.
But all these stats are coming out saying he's a little short, his arm isn't that long, all this stuff is coming out. Do they still take a risk and take him number 1 overall? Because I feel like when you have the number 1 pick, you have a lot of pressure to make the right move, because that wrong move all of a sudden makes the 2nd and 3rd pick look so much better. So where do you go? Because Kyler Murray just shot up and now he's going to be number one. And there's not a lot of quarterbacks out there for this year.
And we don't know that yet. We're still 6 weeks
It's
from
a
the draft, 7
long
weeks.
time.
A lot of time to go. Because just a month ago, Murray was maybe he was going to play baseball and maybe never play football.
But
So
I think that gave
he
him
still
some
has a long
leverage.
way to go.
I do like that he was oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll take this money over here. Maybe I'll take this over here. Pretty
But
good.
Mike, we've seen those baseball contracts the last few weeks. You can get paid out in baseball.
You can definitely get
not
paid
like
out. But
football.
I guess it's something you become a bigger star if you play football and become a all-star quarterback, right? Because I don't know if there's that many superstars in baseball that I would to you there are, but to me I'm whatever.
Well, you're right. In baseball, you never know if you're going to make it. You don't know if you're good enough. In football, it kind of translates straight from college to the NFL. If you can play quarterback in college at Oklahoma, you'll do something in the NFL. I'm just surprised he shot past Haskins. And it's not a strong quarterback class, but number one overall is surprising. It reminds a lot of people of Russell Wilson, possibly that comparison.
Yeah, but Russell Wilson was drafted 73rd overall and was not a number one pick.
Yeah, but he'd be number one overall if you knew how good he would be. So it's kind of we knew Wilson could do it at that size, so now we think Murray can do it.
But you almost I guess it's different. Looking at Russell Wilson, you didn't know, but you took him at that shot because you thought there was potential. But taking him number one overall kind of hurts your other chances of maybe I should take an offensive lineman.
Mike, I'm right here in Arizona. I have some breaking news.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. What's happening? Have you been talking to the coaches all day?
Not the coaches at all, but I met an old man named Frank in the grill room this morning. He had a 7:21 tea time here at beautiful Talking Stick Resort. And Frank was watching the combine coverage this weekend, and he was locked in, and he wants the Cardinals to draft Kyler Murray. He's done with Rosen after 1 year. I don't know if Frank is Jewish or not. That could play a role in his decision-making. But he wants Kyler Murray. He's ready for it at number one overall, which you believe the pulse of the Cardinals fan, they want him.
Let's do the scenario. Okay, they take him number one overall. Do they trade Rosen to a team that could use him? Maybe the New York Giants or the Tampa Bay. Somebody like that who could use some new blood in the system.
Well, the hot news out of the combine was the Redskins want him. The Redskins have probably, along with the Dolphins, the worst quarterback situation in the NFL because Alex Smith had a terrible leg injury. He's out. I can't even name the backup, and the Dolphins are about to cut Tannehill, so they're in the same boat. You can't name a quarterback on the roster. No. Those are the two teams that I feel like would be most interested. I still like Rosen, but what do you give up for him now? Not a first-round pick.
You don't give up a first-round pick. I think it's almost
because the Cardinals have no leverage. If you know they're shopping Rosen, that means they're definitely drafting Murray, and you know they have to get rid of Rosen. They're not going to keep him at that high contract as a backup.
You try to trade him before the draft, right? You try to move him before
the draft.
Yeah,
you try, but you lose all leverage. Teams know you want to draft Kyler as soon as you start shopping.
All right, real quick. Reports came out that Todd Gurley has arthritis in his injured knee. This is why he didn't play well, and that's why C.J. Anderson looked like a stud because I don't know. All right, listen, arthritis I get, but I always thought it was for older people. Now, Todd Gurley, he's our age. I don't have arthritis yet. Not that I know of. Oh. Maybe I do. I don't do active sports like Todd Gurley. But this is this happened very quickly and all of a sudden throughout the season. So something happened. He got injured. Now he has arthritis. Does he – I mean – you can kind of scrape it out, I think, in his knee, kind of.
I don't think you can scrape out arthritis.
But isn't it just in the joints?
It's like residue in the joints.
Maybe I should.
I'm not a doctor. Don't quote me.
No idea.
Apparently, he had his knee scoped or some kind of minor surgery. However, when you do have surgery and you open it up, apparently you can get arthritis. How much did that slow him down? We don't know. There's some old man
quite a bit. He's going slower than C.J. Anderson. So.
But we were all wondering why Anderson was getting reps. But there's this old man corner, Will Blackman. Did you see what he said? He came out and said he had knee surgery in 2011. He was Gurley's age at the time, and he never felt good again because of arthritis in his knee, and he compared himself to Gurley. Of course, we don't know who Will Blackman is, so I'm not sure.
You could have just made him up. Good old Will.
I didn't, but it sounds like
All right, other big news. Peyton Manning, he says he's officially out on Monday Night Football. Doesn't want the big payday. That's what those are the reports I saw.
I all the news when I'm traveling.
You didn't see this news?
No.
I saw a report that says he's officially out. He doesn't want to be a part of the broadcast.
Listen right now. If you haven't heard our emergency podcast last Thursday, it's right below this show that you just listened to and downloaded as we speak. You need to listen to it because, one, we break down the Jason Witten deal with Monday Night Football, and two, we talk about Bryce Harper. A lot of conspiracies there, so check that out. But I'm hearing that Booger McFarland is going to be the main analyst, and me and you are not on board with that.
So I heard that, and then I immediately read another article saying that Tony Romo, his contract is up in a year.
Yes.
So this could be a play to just delay the inevitable and get Tony Romo into the booth.
But why wouldn't, CBS would be the stupidest network ever to let Romo go. They can't do that.
I know, but this is all happening, and then I think somebody else is up at another.
Well, Aikman has an opt-out because apparently he doesn't want to continue Thursday and Sunday. He's a very meticulous preparer. So if you think about 2 games a week, that's 4 teams a week.
Lot.
That's pretty much like 80 hours a week that you're on the job. And Troy Aikman's pretty rich. He doesn't have to work that hard. So you always wonder why these guys sign up for that. He's getting paid a lot of money, so he's doing it for now. They think maybe Fox will get Romo for Thursday night games, maybe ESPN. If you're CBS, there is no chance you can let Romo go because he's the best. You made such a great decision to get rid of Phil Simms, who is an old geriatric patient.
He was just not excited anymore. He just became...
Mike, you were calling for Phil Simms' head on the show.
I know I hated him, but sometimes I feel bad. He's not off
now
the
you
air.
Feel bad. He's old, and now you feel bad.
He's in the booth. He's doing what Terry does up in Fox. He just hangs out with a whole bunch of other guys.
On the studio.
Talks about it all.
Romo stays with CBS. Okay. Aikman stays with Fox. And ESPN, maybe they go in this year with Booger. I still think they need a third voice. My guy, now.
Okay, tell me. But they're not going third voice. They're sticking the Booger or killing Booger and getting somebody else.
I don't think they're killing Booger. You can't kill Booger.
They got.
You can't put him in the.
Well, they got to get the Booger Mobile off the field.
The Booger Mobile is out. Someone's got to pick that Booger out of there.
Got to get out of
there. Kurt Warner's my guy. So Kurt Warner, super good on NFL Network. Does Monday Night Football on the radio. If they can pry him away from the NFL, he would be the guy.
Can I tell you? I was listening to right before we started the podcast. I was watching I'm really trying to get into basketball. Watching the Orlando Magic game.
By the way, shout out Hometown Magic, 8th place right now in the East. They would be in the playoffs. Thank you. They would be in the playoffs if the season ended today.
Watching it a little bit, there is not a lot of talent in the booth. Now, when you're doing basketball, you have to talk nonstop. You literally.
But who are the Magic playing? You're not watching the Magic local broadcast.
God, I don't even know who they're. No, I was watching I have a trial of NBA League Pass, so I was just watching the local broadcast of the Orlando Magic.
Okay, well, no one watches Magic games, and they probably pay their announcers less than me.
They were watching
they're
playing the 76ers tonight. And I was watching it because I wanted to see, all right, what's going on? Playoffs are going to start soon. I want to get settled in. Not a lot of talent out there, Jeremy. I'm saying if they need somebody, we're available. I think we could talk for a good 3 hours just during the game. Just about nothing. That's what they talk
Every
about.
game?
They know nothing about the game.
There might be some NBA fans that don't want us doing a game that we don't know much about.
No, I know. We just need one other voice. All right, let's do Scandal City.
Time to dig up the dirtiest stories around the sport world in this week's Scandal City.
All right, this is big. We have a great blog written by yours truly. Antonio Brown, the end of Mr. Big Chest's career is up on the website. I love it. I love it so much.
First of all, I love how you call him Mr. Big Chest throughout. That's a known nickname when that just came out, last week?
I was like, yeah, Mr. Big Chest.
Who's Mr. Big Chest? You're also known as Antonio Brown. No, he is only known as Antonio Brown.
I think it's now Mr. Big Chest, a.k.a. AB, a.k.a. also formerly known as Antonio Brown. That is his name. All right, so did you watch The Shop? This was all based off watching The Shop with LeBron James and Antonio Brown and Jamie Foxx was on there. I love the show, but Antonio Brown was saying, he's like, play by my rules. I don't even, he basically said, I don't have to play if I don't want to play because I'm in control of my contract. And it's not good.
I've seen AB a few places recently doing interviews like The Shop, and it reminds me of when Charlie Sheen was going through his little deal when he went off the deep end and he was going on all these shows.
All the hookers.
And you just knew it. You knew the guy is out there. He's possibly on drugs, not trying to indict anyone, possibly under the influence, obviously not himself. And Antonio Brown is coming across so poorly with his teammates, with the media, with these shows he's doing. He can't be right in the head. Something's wrong.
Is somebody in his ear? Because it seems like recently, I know it just came.
Yeah, Mr. Coke.
You mean Mr. Big Chest is in his ear?
Something's in his ear.
Okay, so here we have the odds for where will Antonio Brown be week 1 of the 2019 NFL regular season. Did you have a favorite
Nice.
here? Do you want me to go through them all real quick?
Go through a few, and then I'll pick my favorite. We do this every week, but go for it.
The Saints, the Bill. So the Saints are plus 2,500. Bills.
They're the favorite?
No, they're not the favorite.
Start with the
Okay,
favorites.
the favorites. I'll go favorite to the least favorite.
Yeah.
It's the Raiders, Titans, Cardinals, Packers, Steelers, Colts, Brown, 49ers are all the same. Jets, Redskins, Cowboys, all the same level. Broncos, Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, and Saints.
But the first 3 teams are the ones that Adam Schefter has reported interest
Raiders,
from. Who are those again?
Raiders, Titans, and Cardinals.
Yeah, so let's break those 3 down at first.
Okay.
So Gruden was signing all the veterans. Remember that?
Yeah,
like
I
Marshawn
remember, yeah.
Lynch and all those
They're all
old
there.
guys. So that could
Gave
make
away
sense.
the whole team. He has like 5 first-round
Yep.
picks.
The Cardinals, I'm here on the ground in
what are you
Phoenix. I'm
hearing?
not hearing any buzz on AB.
No
Nothing.
buzz.
So I'm saying
But
no
what a
buzz.
great matchup. Kyler Murray with Antonio Brown. How excited would the Arizona Cardinal fans be?
You make a good point. I think Frank would be excited. Also, there's Instagram videos of Kyler Murray throwing bombs to AB, so they'd have worked out together. So
Ooh,
that
I
could
like
be an
that. Now
option.
the Titans?
The Titans are like, okay, so my blog post on Kyler kind of talked about all the NFL franchises who are wasting time with quarterbacks, and like Rosen could be one of those guys.
Okay.
The Titans are right on the cusp of that because Mariota's
But
been
no,
there
but
3 or 4
they've
years.
been-
Like they're always like 9-7, but you never watch Mariota and be like, oh, that guy's
No,
good.
but that's the problem.
Right? No one's ever said
right?
that.
Like, I think Mariota is just like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, he's capable of running a team, but he's not there's no wow factor to him.
But that's an issue, and that's why you should go read the blog on hangover.network because we talk about these teams that you waste all this time trying to figure out if this is the guy, like Tannehill and Andy Dalton and Bortles and Mariota and
I like
Jameis
that
Winston.
Tannehill was number 1.
And like, yeah, it's pretty
It's
bad.
so
We wasted
bad.
a lot of time with
Lot
him.
of
But it's
time.
like you waste all this time, and then they never pan out. Like Mariota could easily end up just like those guys who never work out.
For sure. I love the Packers. I mean, this would be great, right? Acquire Antonio Brown. You need it. Your team's falling apart. This is new.
They have an interesting locker room. I'm not sure if that room can handle him because Rodgers kind of butted heads with McCarthy. Now they have a new head coach, but he's young. Like, who's running the team there? Is Rodgers the coach or is it Matt
Yeah, but they
LaFleur?
could use a star receiver because
You've been pushing the Packers for a while. You must believe.
they
that
don't have a
situation.
lot of star power, and if you want Aaron Rodgers to go for
They
it,
have the
why-
best quarterback in history.
I don't know. The last few years, he's just kind of like he's gotten injured a few times. Get AB, get that deep threat. I like it. I know the Broncos are out there too, right? I thought they were kind of in the mix for a little bit.
Well, no, him and Emmanuel Sanders have been feuding forever, and also Steeler fans would have to stop watching the NFL if they saw Sanders and Brown on the same team.
yeah.
That was what Pittsburgh was supposed to be.
That's what it's true. Did you want to talk about Kyler Murray real quick about your blog post, or did we hit it enough?
Yeah, I alluded to it a few times. I just think the Cardinals have a golden opportunity. It's like a cheat code, is what I wrote, and that they can eliminate all these years that other teams wait to see if their quarterback's the guy, and they can end up with the electric guy who's available. They shouldn't waste any time. Don't draft a D end or an offensive tackle. If Kingsbury believes in Kyler Murray, go get him right now and get rid of Rosen, even if it's for no value, like a 3rd or 4th round pick.
Do it,
If
yeah.
you believe in Murray, hitch your ride to him and let's go.
Real quick, I saw this article about. Do you remember Kellen Winslow from? He was the tight end for the Bucks.
Yeah, and the Browns.
Yeah, he was. This is really fucking weird. He was just.
Is this a scandal?
Yeah, this is a huge scandal. He was just charged with 2 acts of lewd conduct.
Wait, what is lewd conduct? Because I feel like me and all of our
I
friends
will
have
go
had
through what this
conduct.
lewd conduct is. First, he allegedly touched himself in front of a woman while exercising near her February 13th and asked if she liked it. 9 days later, he entered a hot tub wearing only a towel and touched the same woman on her arm and foot. On top of the 2 alleged acts of lewd conduct, Winslow was charged with battery of an elderly, willful cruelty to the elderly. This woman that he was laying his penis on and running around naked was a 77-year-old woman.
I did not see that coming.
He's 35, and he's plead not guilty to all the charges. That's what's going on with him these days after the NFL.
That sounds really sad. He's doing whatever Antonio Brown's doing, it sounds like.
It does sound like it. All right, I got some.
By the way,
what do you got?
Not to make light of this situation or the 77-year-old or Kellen Winslow, the gym when you're working out is the best place to hit on and watch hot girls. Right?
I've never once talked to anybody there. The only time I ever get approached is like, hey man, can I do working sets with you? And I fucking hate that when there's other things that can do exactly what I'm doing.
Hey man, I like your Nikes.
I've gotten, I like your shoes. I like your haircut. Oh, who trimmed up your beard? Oh, cool shirt. Stuff like that.
By the way, you love to make fun of my shoes because I need new Nikes, whatever the hell
what do you got
say.
on?
And today on the golf course, my Yeezys got two original compliments. I didn't tell anyone about them. They just said, "Whoa, those are nice shoes." Like 6 hours apart. They held up throughout the day.
You know why you're getting compliments is because you're hanging out with people that are just as old as this lady got not beat up.
Frank was not one of the compliments.
Old men. All right, let me. I got some food news.
Here's what I found. Here's some news for food news.
I know people are still listening for the big bracket.
It's coming up
moments
right after this.
Away. I'm so excited to reveal it. You read it in the headline, and it's coming shortly.
Natty Light is bringing back its massive 77 pack just in time for spring break. Jeremy, that was my food news.
Okay. I don't know. We're 30 now. Just saying. You're 34?
I'm not 34. 32. You know, I forgot how old I was
32.
the other day, and it made me realize that I'm really old.
You're really old, because once you're 30, you don't even want to know.
All right, Jeremy, you want to intro? We are starting our March Madness bracket. I'm done with the Natty Light. The food news was over.
Hey, Natty Light's going to come in handy on our Bachelor Party bracket. We'll buy a few 77 packs for that.
All right, so we're doing a Bachelor Party bracket. Our friend that just got engaged inspired us to do a bracket. This is not only for him. This is for everybody to know what the greatest destination is.
So we've been going back and forth with our Canadian friend. Congrats to him. He's getting married soon. We're doing this Bachelor Party bracket, and it's for his bachelor party. The listeners will decide where we all go. I hope I'm invited. I hope you're invited.
I hope so.
Where we all go for the bachelor party. But it's not just for him. Like, he's making it all about him. I just want people to know it's for all of our thousands of listeners to participate.
Yeah, so you'll be able to go on the website. You can go to thehangovernetwork.com. There'll be a big post right at the top of the page, and you're going to vote on where we're going to go every single week. We're going to break it down. Jeremy, hit us with the first destination. We're bracketing into two separate locations. We're going U.S. and outside the U.S. Jeremy, kick off the U.S.
By the way, people may not know we've done candy brackets, we've done conspiracy theory
Fast
brackets.
Food.
What was our original bracket?
Hangover
food brackets
brackets
of hangover foods. Ooh, we've done so many good ones.
Really good ones.
So, like you said, we broke this up: U.S. on one side, international on the other. In the end, it'll be one U.S. against one international, and we'll see who wins. So, you're ready for the U.S. side, 1 through 8.
Do it. Give it to me. And we can comment on it.
Number 8. We'll start at the bottom. They're going to have a tough matchup against the 1 seed. We'll see who it is. Boston, Massachusetts. I have never been to Boston.
I've never been there either. I know we've had friends party there for New Year's Eve. Tight window of good weather. That's what I'm going to say. Hard to plan it out. Tight window.
Now, when you go to Boston to hang out, do you always hang out with Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, or does that not always
Listen, I've never personally been there.
Not you, but just in general. I know some of our friends.
Yeah, I think that's like a Boston thing to do.
So one of the Patriots tight ends, I think one's actually dead, right? Gronk is alive. He might be there this time.
He was there last time. All right.
Number 7, Seattle, Washington. My first trip to Seattle recently. Super impressed. Craft beer seems strong. Lots of bars and restaurants. Spotty weather.
Spotty weather for sure. A great sports town if you want to do activities. A lot of sports. They got baseball. They got football. They got soccer.
I'm glad you brought that up because I doubt any trip to Seattle would be as magical as your first trip there, right?
Seattle was a great time. Really liked it. Rode around on bikes, drank coffee, watched some football.
Like a tricycle?
All right, next one.
All right, number 6, Denver.
Yes.
We have some friends that live in Denver. I love to visit Denver. I think it's got the craft beer scene, but it's also got the craft marijuana scene, which is really up and coming.
Yeah.
A lot of our friends are into that, just being honest. I think Denver's a great choice.
I like Denver. I've been there already for a bachelor party. It was great. A lot of activities to do. Not like my all-time favorite place. I guess I've already been there, but solid location.
I could see it being a good spot for a bachelor party. Number 5, I did not nominate this, and I'm super stoked it's on the list. I don't know who did, one of our friends possibly. Waste Management Open, Scottsdale, Arizona. Mm-hmm. It is the second largest sporting event in the United States. After the Indy 500, there are 600,000 people that go to this golf tournament every January. They don't even see the golf course at all, Mike, and that's the part you'll love. It's a drinking fest. It's a beer fest. Girls are wearing nothing. They get hammered. They fall down and pass out. Guys are getting trashed and jumping over porta potties and doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Do you have to buy tickets to go in, or can you just like wander around?
You have to buy a ticket, but they're probably giving them away across town.
Not like super stoked about it, but I like that it's around an event, and I think that's a big deal with the bachelor party. You got to keep everybody active.
You're only going for 2.5 days. That's a whole day event. Also, I'm in Scottsdale right now. Super great outdoor
What's the weather
scene
like?
in
Is it nice? Because
Scottsdale.
it's raining in LA. I don't know if it's raining.
Oh, yeah. This morning was cold. Today, 77. Also, Arizona State's here. All the chickies from Arizona State are around. Lots of college bars. We would have a great time in Scottsdale.
Like it.
Early favorite.
Solid.
Number 4, any ski trip destination. It really could be anywhere. I'm seeing Park City on our list, but we're not going to limit it to that. Any ski destination.
Now, it's kind of a broad range, but I guess it's in the U.S., so keep it there. So we want to go Park City. We want to go somewhere in Vail, whatever that is. But solid destination.
A little tamer, probably, right? It's not like a big party scene at a ski resort.
little tamer. You're going to be skiing. You're going to be hanging out in this town. It's more of like a chill, but events to do, which I like. So it depends on the vibe everybody wants. Solid spot, though.
Solid idea. Number 3 seed, late entrant, but New Orleans. You know, you weren't there, but one of our good friends, Peter Mueller, we all love him. He had a bachelor party in New Orleans. It was Mardi Gras, and we were all like 22 at the time. This was a long, long time ago, and we were blown away because Mardi Gras is an epic experience. I'm not sure if it's the same at 30, but I feel like it should be on the list. New Orleans is a big-time drinking town, and it would be a great bachelor party.
I'm old now, and I just don't think I'd be able to handle Mardi Gras, but actually today as we're recording is Mardi Gras right now.
Oh. Well, that's why it's a late entrant.
But I was recently there just for another friend of ours. Shout out to Ingle on his bachelor party. Great time. I honestly love New Orleans after the trip. I just love the vibe. I love the city. I love
Now, as I've gone back a few times, I realize that it's not just Bourbon Street. Frenchman Street is a great option. There's live jazz music. You don't have to. Your feet don't stick to the pavement on Frenchman Street.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like puke, stuff like that. There aren't strip clubs every 2 steps of the way, but
like every 5 steps.
Yeah. But solid choice.
Solid spot. 2 spots left. At number 2, I was lucky enough to be in South Beach last year for a bachelor party. I was amazed because I grew up in South Florida, Mike, and I never really did South Beach as an adult. I kind of went down to like Dolphins games and Marlins games in Miami, but never South Beach at the drinking age. It's also where the engagement occurred of our Canadian friend. So that's another nice piece of trivia.
Right.
Yeah. So maybe
bonus.
return to the scene of the crime, his biggest mistake ever, if you know what I mean.
I like it.
South Beach is great.
Choice.
The bars, the nightclubs, the restaurants. The weird thing is, and you're not prepared for this, everything starts so much later where
I'm old.
You stay at the club till 3, 5 a.m. Dinner's at like 11 p.m. in South Beach.
And you know what? I'm on the West Coast. Miami's literally the farthest destination I can fly to.
Oh, it's about you. You're right.
So it's a far destination. Give us number 1. We all know what number 1 is.
Number 1, it's got to be Las Vegas, drinking town, walkable.
Yes.
Our friend group has a lot of great memories,
great
also
memories.
some terrible memories
Yes.
of Las Vegas. I think it'd be super fun.
Can I tell you,
maybe an early favorite for us. That's why it's
the last 3 or 2 bachelor parties I've been on, everybody wants to gamble. And guess where I was on the last one? I was on a goddamn cruise ship, and everybody wanted to gamble. Not great gambling.
We heard about that.
Should have went to Vegas. Should have went to Vegas. We were in New Orleans. Everybody wanted to gamble. We should have just went to Vegas. So
don't be too critical of the bachelor party. One of our friends whose bachelor party it was listens to the show.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you want to gamble,
too,
make it Las Vegas because there is unlimited amounts of activities to do in Las Vegas. You don't have to just stay on the Strip and go outside. You want to go hike? You want to go do other things? Vegas is a great destination. I
agree, and it's an early favorite, number one. We'll break down the matchups after you go through international. Just want to say a shout out, apologies to popular destinations like Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, New York City. A lot of great domestic choices here. We can only have 8, and these are the top 8. So forward your complaints to Matt.
All right,
Hines.
so these are outside the U.S. These are long shots, but you know what? Sometimes people like to do.
I wouldn't say a long shot. Someone's going to be in the championship game, and they're going to have a 50-50 chance in the end.
That's true. All right, we're going to start at number 8, Budapest. This was submitted by our friends. Can I read you an email from our friend who loves Budapest? He says, so cheap. It's like the country's on 24/7 happy hour. Sleazy women. Everyone makes bathtub liquor. Everyone smokes cigs. People are openly doing drugs in hardcore techno clubs. Cheap deep fried wiener schnitzel. Good to go. That was his selling point.
It's no secret which friend of ours that was. He says it's cheap on happy hour. Does he know how much it costs to get there?
It does cost a lot, but it's like, when you go to South America or something like that, it's usually cheaper.
You fly like Turkish. I guess Turkish Airlines is nice, but there's got to be some Bobo Airlines.
We can ask him. Maybe he can come on the show and really pitch Budapest for us. Number 7, Rio de Janeiro. Never been. I would love to go.
Brazil was a hot topic on the thread today. A lot of folks were not happy with Brazil being mentioned.
I don't know why. Why not? Why not? I would love to go. I've never been.
I've certainly never been. Yeah, Rio. They had the Olympics a few years ago. I know it's very unsafe.
Yes.
I had a lot of friends go to the Olympics there. They had to sign a lot of waivers. They had to. I'll tell you this bit of trivia,
please.
And this is real life for Rio de Janeiro. During the Olympics, friends of mine who went there for the Olympics, they had to bring a fake wallet, put it in their back pocket, and leave their real wallet either in a front pocket or on their body somewhere because they knew the fake wallet would be stolen.
Can I tell you this? I think it might have been brought up to just eliminate some of our friends. You bring them there, they never come back kind of thing. Stuff like that.
Well, I could see a few that never come back. That's not a bad thing.
Number 6, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico on the resurgence, right? On the road to recovery. Terrible hurricane ravaged them. They're open for business. It's not far from
I don't know
here.
about the party scene. I don't know much about it. I've never been. All these destinations I'd really like to go to just to kind of see. That was number 6, by the way, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, number 6. I like that.
Number 5, Tulum. This is in
Mexico?
In Mexico, close to Cancun.
How'd Tulum make it? Is this a Cancun/Tulum?
Cancun/Tulum. I mean, it's close by, but I wouldn't say it's like right there.
I'm calling it Cancun/Tulum because I was in Cancun recently, and I don't think this person listens, so I can say it out loud.
Go for it.
It was terrible. It was a terrible bachelor party.
Can I tell you this? It is tough.
I didn't like it.
It's tough sometimes going to these places because they're built for tourists. You have to almost go to a city that's not built for tourists but can entertain the locals, and that's really hard to do because when you go to like Cancun, it's like Cabo Wabos everywhere. That's all around.
Yes, it was very touristy. We didn't stay at a resort. That was an issue. We had crocodiles in the backyard, like on the deck. Right. I'm not going to vote for that.
Number 4, Montreal, the home country to our friend that is getting married. I've never been. I would love to go. Nice little French town in Canada. Be cool to hang out. On the east side, kind of far.
I've heard great things. Montreal, similar to Toronto, a lot of culture, a lot of bars, a lot of flavor. Those would both be good options. I don't think Toronto's on the list, but we'll just lump that in because it's the same country.
Number 3, Vancouver on the west side. It is a destination that's been on my list for many, many years now. I would love to go. Now, what we could do, I know this is logistics, but we could fly in to Seattle and then take a little train up to Vancouver and make it a double whammy kind of deal.
I like that. Maybe if it's a Vancouver-Seattle final matchup, maybe we just split the difference and do both. Maybe we can commit to that now. I like the Canadian entries for our friend. I don't know if he wants to go back to Canada. I know he has terrible memories as a kid growing up there. That's why he came to the United States. So I don't know how I'm sure it could be he doesn't want to go back. But it was nice. It was nice to add a few Canadian.
Number
entries.
2 is Toronto, Jeremy. The Toronto is on the list.
Oh,
Toronto,
wow, we did
to
it.
me, is like the New York City of Canada. And if we want to go there, I had a great time last summer when I was there. I love Toronto. Lots of stuff to do there. Good bar scene. As long as we go during the summertime, it'd be great.
I didn't know it was on the list. Kawhi Leonard is there. That's good enough for me. He's very interesting.
We can go see some basketball. Yeah, we'll watch
love
Kawhi.
to go to Toronto.
Oh wait, where you?
Ooh, what is?
I don't have the laugh. I don't.
Yeah, where's the
I don't
laugh?
have the laugh. I only have ours.
Your soundboard's laggy.
Okay,
That's not ours. That's yours.
Number 1 is Cabo. I put Cabo as number 1. I think it was the ultimate bachelor party destination that's nearby, that is built for not only tourists, but there's a lot of local spots that you can go to. There's a chiller side of Cabo where you can get a super nice resort. You can go on fishing tours. A lot of I was out there too. I love Cabo. Beautiful out there.
I want to go to Cabo. I told you that ever since you went last year. It looks beautiful. I love it, the idea of it on the West Coast because you have the mountains and the scenery. The weather's a little better.
I got in my taxi cab when I got there. They handed me a cooler with tons of beer, and I just started drinking in the taxi.
Okay, they also did that when I got to the Bahamas recently for a bachelor party. Now, Mike, the Bahamas are not on the list. Our friends at Baha Mar, we're trying to make amends with them. A little technical difficulties with them lately.
Yeah.
Why is Baha Mar not on the list?
I might have taken the longest way possible to get to the Baha Mar. I flew into Orlando, drove to the to the East Coast, and then got onto a cruise ship and went to the Baha Mar, and no communication with the Baha Mar. Nothing's happening.
You didn't leave the boat. I blame you.
Yeah, I didn't leave the boat. I didn't
want
to give it a shot.
Speaking of not leaving the boat, cruise ship not listed?
Yeah, no cruises.
You vetoed that.
I don't think a cruise. Now, if you want to go to like Cabo and take like a day cruise or something like that, like fishing.
Because I thought some people sent that in. We had official emails open.
That was our friend that went on a cruise for his bachelor party. I've had enough for the next 5 years of cruises. So I'm.
Also, apologies to Cuba. The gates are open to Cuba. We don't want to go there, apparently. Yacht Week.
Yacht Week. If we went to like Budapest or something, you might as well just cruise on down and
just
get
go
on
to
the
Yacht Week. Thailand was an option. Very cheap in Thailand. Once you get there, I understand it's very cheap. A lot of what do they call it? Orchids of Asia day spas in Thailand.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
It's a good bachelor party.
A lot of relaxation out there. That would be great. But we got to see. We were trying to get destinations nearby so we could fly out there. Budapest, obviously, pretty far.
No, we are super excited for this, for our Canadian friend, for all of our listeners to participate. This also goes for bachelorette parties. Don't feel bad if you're a woman. 45% of our listeners are female. We want you to participate in this. It's not just bachelor party. Yeah. It's just easy for us to say, and it's for our friends.
We left out the top destination for females, which is Nashville.
Smashville.
Yes, that is the top destination.
I wanted to get Nashville and also Austin in, and I was vetoed on that.
Well, yeah, but Austin, I feel...
Because remember, it's not just for our friend, it's for our listeners.
You're right. But these are great choices. I'm excited. The list will be up there.
Bracket style. So let's run through a few matchups. Let me run through the U.S. just so people understand what the situation is as you vote. So it's... You can do all of this, by the way, on hangover.network.
You can go to thehangovernetwork.com or hangover.network, whatever you choose. But
what page?
They'll be right on the main page. Right when you get there, it'll be a poll. So every single week we'll change it, and the matchups will be different. So currently, these will be up here.
So this week we have 16. Next week we'll reveal the 8, and then we'll have more matchups, and we'll go to 4 to 2, and then the final matchup, and then we'll book our trip to the city and the Sports Hangover.
And we have to hold our friend to this. We have to immediately book this trip. No matter what. Now, this isn't us voting. This is the community of the Sports Hangover.
It's not up to us. It's up to the people.
That's right.
All right, so the U.S. matchups. Number 8, Boston versus number 1,
really
Vegas. Boston's going down there. 7, Seattle versus 2, South Beach. 6, Denver versus 3, New Orleans. And then a real toss-up. 5, Waste Management Open in Scottsdale versus a ski trip.
Wow.
What's the international matchup?
All right, we have 8 Budapest versus number 1, Cabo. We have number 7, Rio de Janeiro against number 2, Toronto. We have number 6, Puerto Rico against Vancouver. And 5, Tulum against number 4, Montreal.
Happy March Madness, Mike.
I'm excited. Go to thehangovernetwork.com. Check out all our blogs. Check out all our swag. We have St. Patty's Day swag up there. Get it now. 2-day shipping. St. Patty's Day is next weekend. Great swag up on the website.
Before we go,
Yeah.
I watched something
on
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It wasn't Mrs. What's it called? The Magnificent
Mrs.
Mrs.
Maisel.
Maisel,
Yeah.
which I actually love.
Great
I
show.
actually watched. I binged that on the plane out here to Arizona. Love it. Gonna buy Amazon Prime. All that. I watched Free Solo, and there is much more on this particular podcast. Also coming on the Hollywood
Yes.
Speakeasy. I just want to say, play my music. J Dog Takes On.
Oh, wow. We saved it all the way for
J-Dog Takes On.
Okay, it's a little more mainstream now. By the way, J-Dog Takes On this week is brought to you by Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. I gotta tell you, they have 2 golf courses, a huge casino, tons of bars and restaurants, and it's number 5 on our list for the bachelor party, so we might come back. Okay, shout out Talking Stick.
Shout
All right,
out.
J-Dog Takes On anyone who watched Free Solo, which is on Amazon Prime, also aired on Nat Geo this week. If you watched this documentary, and you do not think that this man has the greatest athletic accomplishment in world history, I'm taking you on.
Jeremy, I've not seen the movie. I'm going to watch it just so I can participate in the conversation that we were taking to the Hollywood Speakeasy. And
Yes.
you know what? What was I going to call it? Hold on. I had a great name. I'm going to look it up. I had a great name for the Speakeasy, what we're going to call the whole segment.
Okay, good. That's a special show just on Free Solo, so that's when we're going to take a deep dive. But I have to say,
Tell me.
It was Alex Honnold. Is that how you say it? Honnold?
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Shot by Jimmy Chin, the director, won an Oscar. I cannot. I have to get my thoughts together to actually talk about it because it is the most athletic thing.
Jeremy, I watch it.
In world history. I'm telling you,
I know.
Mike.
I'm gonna watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. The segment on the Hollywood Speakeasy is gonna be called The Real Rewind. REEL. The Real Rewind. You guys are gonna sit down and break down that. I'm really excited. I'm gonna watch it.
The Real Rewind,
Yes.
because we're gonna watch it again.
Well, you've watched it, and now you're going to talk about it. It's
now
already
we're gonna
it's already
break it
been
down.
out. It's now on DVD, so it's kind of like The Real Rewind.
DVD, Amazon Prime. It was on Nat Geo on Sunday, commercial free. I hope you watch it. If you didn't watch it, seek it out. This is not hyperbole. We
All right,
talk a
let's-
lot of
let's-
sports.
Let's wrap it up.
This-
We'll wrap it up.
Mike,
Save it for the hangover.
Mike, you gotta watch
I will
it.
watch it. Okay, I promise you, I will watch it. While you're
Thanks
on
again
Amazon,
to Talking Stick Resort for having us.
while you're on Amazon, go buy our St. Patty's Day swag. It's all up there. You have 2 weeks left before St. Patty's Day. It is March 17th. It's a Sunday. Amazon does not deliver Sunday, so it has to arrive on Saturday. Get ready.
By
Yeah.
the way, big winner in our giveaway for Bay Hill tickets, Arnold Palmer Invitational. Shout out to the listener Tyler Gay. He had 2 tickets delivered to him from the Sports Hangover. I hope he has a great time. We're going to hear about that next week on our show.
Follow us on Instagram at Hangover Network. Follow us on Twitter at TSH Podcast. And we're going to arrest it unless it abuse. Hopefully, we're back next week.